It's Grozz World of Sports Gaming, and we're gonna all the fights, all the matches, all the rinks, the baseballs, the gridiron, the hoops. Let's go, hockey, 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 and we will start you off with some middleweight action. All right, we've got our boxing update. Uh, we've got middleweights today. We have George LeBlanc stealing a fight from Michael Olajide. Even though Olajide led in punches and points and rounds won, somehow the judges saw fit to give it to LeBlanc. So this has been filed under rematch. And then Johnny Wilson got past Iran Barkley. He led in punches and points and all three scorecards. So, okay. And that was those were, the LeBlanc was a split decision, my apologies, and the Wilson was a unanimous decision. Then we have Monty Betham. Even though he's knocked down in the first round, and it looks really bad, he comes back and takes the majority decision from William Jones. Although now Betham did lead in punches, and Jones led in points. So, and it was very close. Then we have another unanimous decision. The Beast, John Mugabe, beat Sam King Solomon 51-41 on punches, 81-55 on points. Mugabe looked strong here. And then we have a TKO victory by Hammerin' Henry Hank over Charlie Cotton. He TKO'd him in the 8th round. He was ahead on punches, points, and all three scorecards. So, yeah. And then we have Julian Jackson, the Knockout King. He got a TKO victory over Walter Cartier. Even though Cartier was ahead in punches, they were basically even in points, 69-68, and Cartier had 2 of the 3 scorecards. So this is in the rematch category as well. Then we have undefeated current middleweight contender Jermall Charlo. Took a split decision from Shinji Takahara. Charlo was knocked down once in the 3rd round for a count of 6, but he just outpunched, and I guess even though he lost in points, but that takes into account the 3rd round where Takahara won 20-0. So you take that round out, and this is all Charlo's fight. Then Arthur Abraham, unanimous decision over Ernie Durando. Abraham, the AA, won in punches and heavily in points, and was well ahead in all 3 scorecards. So, let me see here. Let me get this over here so you can see the scorecards. Sorry about that. Then we have Joey Giardello winning a UD over Mike Baker. Giardello led in punches, points by a lot. I mean, it's like Baker wasn't even there. 47 points in 12 rounds is not that good. And then Giardello won in all 3 scorecards. Ace Hudkins with a UD over Bernard Mays, who lost a point due to a foul in round 8, but it wouldn't have mattered. He was dominated anyway in every metric. Sambu Kalambe with a UD over James Schuler. I'm sorry, a split decision, not a UD. Split decision, even though Kalambe led in punches and in points. And then, as we are wont to do here on Grozz World of Sports, we will give you a free fight. Julio Cesar Green versus the boxing bellhop, Freddie Epistoli. Let me go turn this off so it goes faster. All right, out of the Dominican, Green from 1990 to 2004 was 27-6-0 with 19 knockouts. And coming to us from the US of A, Epistoli from 34 to 48 was 61-10-1 with 31 knockouts. So here we go. Free fight, as we like to do here. Okay, round one. It looks like green took it. Green took round two, looks like. Apostoli is just getting outboxed. Round three. Apostoli gets his comeback, 8-4. Round four. Punch, punch, punch. Apostoli, 8-5 there. Round five was all green. After this round, we'll stop for... Okay, they tied that round. But green with a flagrant foul, and he's got 5 foul points. And they're basically even on the TKO. So, but green is also a little bit bloodied and swelled. So here we go, halfway through the fight. Round 7. Green comes back there. Round 8. Apostoli takes that round, looks like. Round 9. Ooh, big one, 10-8 in points. They're at 4 and 6 for TKO points. So going to round 10. Green is looking very good here. He's up 7-4 in that round. And he's basically up 7-4 on TKO points. So if he can stay out of the foul territory and keep his cut man stays busy, he might, you know, round 11. Oof, look at this. Apostoli got 2 TKO points that round and won 15-1 in points. Going to the final round, round 12. 8-6 green, 7-8 in TKO. We're going to the judges. 114-113 green, 114-113 Apostoli, and 115-112 Apostoli. Apostoli comes back with a split decision victory. Green led in punches 51-48. Apostoli led in points 75-74. But green was deducted a foul point in round 6. Without that, then that's a draw. So Apostoli stole one. This was the boxing update. Up next we have pro wrestling. All right, so our wrestling update. We've had quite the battles going on between Bob Backlund and Rowdy Piper. So Piper won the first match, Backlund won the second match. So we will be having this weekend on a pay-per-view, in addition to 7 or 8 other classic matches, we will have a best 2 of 3 falls grudge match between Bob Backlund and Rowdy Piper. This should be the war to settle the score, I guess. I'm stealing that. But yeah, there will be a pay-per-view this Saturday. Let's see, 16, 17, 18, April 19th. Look for that. All right. We have 1985 NFL action. This is week 7. I'm just going to go through each of the games really quick. We have New Orleans beat Atlanta 41-20. Let's see, anything big? Hebert had 4 touchdowns passing. And over here, Archer got sacked 5 times and had 3 interceptions, so that's fun. Let's scroll down and see if any of that adds up to one defensive player having a big day. Ooh, 52-yard interception return for Hogue. 2 sacks. I bet you that's a... Whoops. I bet you that's a touchdown. Yep, 52-yard interception return for a touchdown. All right. Up next, we have Buffalo annihilating the Colts, 49-34. I guess not really annihilating, but 49 points is huge. Pagel for the Colts, 450 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, so that's impressive. 2 guys over 115 yards. receiving. Over here, we have 434 yards for Matheson and 5 touchdowns. And look at Brookins, 8 catches, 193 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. That's impressive. Okay, moving on, we have San Francisco and Detroit. My Lions lost 37-34 to the 49ers. Joe Montana, not that great of a day. Is this Roger Craig? I don't know. But Craig, 131 yards rushing, 122 yards receiving. Whoa. And over here, Hipple, yeah. Lions just couldn't quite hang on. It looks like they lost in overtime, though, so that's impressive. That's impressive enough. Okay, then we've got the Browns beat L.A. I'm guessing this is the Rams or the Chargers? I don't know. I'm sure my friend Ryan will tell me who the L.A. teams are. There's 2 of them. But the Browns, 20-3. Just kind of looks like maybe it's going to be defensive. I don't know. Maybe some rushing. I'm not real sure. This doesn't look like a very offensive-minded game. Let's head on down here and see here in the defense. Well, Dixon with a 37-yard interception. I bet that's a touchdown. No, I am wrong. Look at all those field goals. Okay. Moving on, we have Miami beating Tampa Bay 37-24. Highlights would be Duper for Miami, 12 catches, 207 yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. Holy moly. There's nothing else to talk about. All right. Then we've got the Jets beating the Patriots 19-13. O'Brien with 6 sacks. Looks like they won in overtime. Okay. I don't know what that was, but my AJ's over there playing some game. No problem. We've got Washington beating the Giants 26-14. Man, Theismann just, I don't know. Okay. Looks like Phil Simms with 7 sacks. He got sacked 7 times. That's nasty. Did anybody count him up? Oh yeah, Manley with 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. That's impressive. Okay. The Eagles beat the Cowboys 31-24. Jaworski with 409 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. That's impressive. Spagnolia, 225 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. Whoosh. You got other guys you can throw to there. I guess he did. He connected to 8 different guys. Wow. It's impressive. Tony Dorsett having a decent day here. Receiving touchdown. Okie dokie. Pittsburgh beats St. Louis 27-20. I'm not real familiar with a lot of these names yet, so unless they're really big names, I can't really give you much. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot in this game. 27-20, but not really seeing the scoring here. Is it field goals? Oh, they're mixed in. There's an interception return that usually, okay, for Woodruff. All right, that was the Steelers. Okay, now we've got the Houston Bengals game, the Oilers-Bengals, 59-52, the Bengals win. Nice. 295 yards passing for Boomer Esiason with 5 touchdowns. Collinsworth, who I hate. AJ, that's Chris Collinsworth. That's the announcer that's always down on the Lions, but they always manage to put him on the broadcast. 11 catches, 205 yards receiving, and 4 receiving touchdowns. Man. Okay, now over here, though, Warren Moon, 33 of 42 for 596 yards passing with 5 touchdowns. And he rushed for 15 yards. And look at this, 3 receivers over here, over 130 yards receiving. Smith, Williams, and Hill. Man, the Oilers and the Bengals, that's a game right there. Okay, Another LA team. Not sure. This might be the Rams because Eric Dickerson's on there. They beat the Chiefs 17-12. Just doesn't really look like a whole lot there. Dickerson with a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown, so he's kind of the player of the game over there. Okay, then we've got the Chargers beating the Vikings 37-31. Dan Fouts with an efficient game. Mostly to Joyner. 7 catches, 105 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. And over here, we have Eric Kramer, I believe. Is that Eric Kramer? For the Vikings. 409 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. 3 interceptions. So it's mainly just yards. Not spectacular. But this has got to be Chris Carter still. 11 catches for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's got to be Chris Carter. Okay. Then we've got the 85 Bears. They win 47-31 over the Packers. The Packers, anything good here? Yeah, Epps and Lofton both over 100 yards receiving. All right, the Bears. Jim McMahon with 291 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. Walter Payton, 62 yards rushing, 20 yards receiving. And then McKinnon, 6 catches for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's go down and look at the defense of the Bears. That's the whole thing, right? They spread out 5 sacks among 5 guys. So really not a whole lot. Okay. And then finally, for football, we have Denver beating Seattle 17-3. It's John Elway over here getting sacked 6 times. And Roger Craig, Dave Krieg, I'm guessing 8 sacks. We're going to go down and look at that. That's nuts. And then Warner getting stuffed. 12 rushes for 11 yards. Boy, they need a running game there in Seattle. Where's Marshawn Lynch when you need him, right? All right, let's go down and look and see if those 8 sacks are attributed to 8 different guys or... Oh, no, look at that. 3 dudes with 2 sacks. Mecklenburg, Chavot, and Jones. That's impressive. So that's week 7. Now let's go and look at the standings. Let me just undo this and get up here close for you. Okay, so we have Philadelphia, Washington, and Dallas leading that division at 4-3. And St. Louis and New York are there. The Bears are doing what the Bears do, 7-0. My Lions are 2-5. Down here, one of those LA teams is 7-0 as well. And it looks like they're doing really well over there. And then up here, we've got Miami, New York, and New England at 4-3. Is that the Jets this time? Probably. In the Central, we've got the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Browns at 4-3. And Houston's not exactly out of it. And then Kansas City and Denver are 5-2. And San Diego at 4-3. Okay, let's go look at we'll look at the leaders right here, and then we'll look at the MVP race. There's O'Brien for the Jets, leading at 119.3 for quarterback rating. Walter Payton leading in rushing yards. Craig in receiving. Hill for Houston in receiving yards. Scoring for the kickers and non-kickers. Sacks. Sorry for this, everybody. Excuse me. Tippett with 9 sacks. Castile with 8 interceptions. And then Griffin leading with, 64 tackles. And the Bears have the power. Okay, let's go look at the MVP ratings. All right, for special teams, the kick returner, Rhymes, is leading in MVP. For that, he has 2 touchdowns. For defense, we have Mike Singletary leading with 40 tackles, 4 sacks, and a forced fumble. And then for MVP for offense, we have Walter Payton with 844 rushing yards, 332 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns. So that is the 85 Week 7 NFL update. Up next, we will have hockey. Sorry, we will have hockey up next. All right, hockey. We are doing an update on the 2024-2025 NCAA hockey season. Here we go. In the Atlantic Division, Robert Morris and Air Force are leading the way. We'll go by points, I suppose. Mercyhurst and Bentley are still in the running. In the Big Ten there, Michigan State's leading the way with Minnesota and Notre Dame still in the running. CCHA, Minnesota State looking good with 50 points. St. Thomas, Augustana, and Bowling Green. There's Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan still in there. Lake Superior State, one of the colleges that the Lady of Grozz, AJ, went to, not looking so good. Let's get that up here. The ECAC, Union and Quinnipiac are looking good, so is Clarkson. Hockey East, we got Massachusetts and Maine right there. Okay, and then in the bottom two, I'm not sure. Sorry about that, everybody. In the bottom there, in the NCHC, we have Arizona State, Nebraska, Omaha, and St. Cloud State looking good. And Western Michigan, who just won this season right here. They won this season, so let's see if they can still go. And then in the Independents, we have Lindenwood and LIU, and Alaska, Anchorage. Yeah. Let's see. We'll show you the scoring leaders. I don't know any of these names, so I'm just gonna. Aiden Fink sounds like a cool name. He's tied for the lead with two other guys. And we'll show the power rankings here. Massachusetts is leading the way. I like the fact that Michigan State's right there. So we'll see. Hopefully this the game, which is Action PC Hockey, hopefully that can do the Frozen Four tournament at the end. But there we go. Hockey. All right, it's time for the hoops version. We are back to 1973-74 NBA action. And this is through January 31st. Here are the standings. We'll go up close and personal. Boston Celtics running away with their division. 10.5 game lead. Wow. Atlanta in a battle with Houston. Golden State and the Lakers. Wow, look at that. That's 4 teams deep. And then, well, my Pistons are having a great season, but the Milwaukee Bucks are super awesome. Let's see. Leaders. Bob McAdoo still holding on to the scoring lead over Lou Alcindor and Pete Maravich. Rebounds, Elvin Hayes is beating Dave Cowens. And Lou Alcindor's right there too. Assists, Ernie DiGregorio is holding on tight to that. Steals, we have Lou Hickson leading a very tight group, including Jerry Sloan. And then in the blocks, look at Elmore Smith, 3.5 per game. And then your all-stars are Gail Goodrich, Pete Maravich, Rick Barry, Spencer Haywood, and Lou Alcindor. So let's see the MVP race. Replay statistics. The MVP race is Lou Alcindor over Bob McAdoo. And yes, I'm going to call him that. And he's running away with it. It's not even close. But now we will look at the highs per game. For points, we have Pete Maravich with 59. Okay. Rebounds is Dave Cowens still with 38. But Elvin Hayes had in the last month got close with 37. That's incredible. DiGregorio still has the record for assists in a game with 20. Oh, look at that. Steele with 8 steals. That's kind of funny. Blocks is still 11 by Smith. We don't need to go through all of those. But yeah, and Pete Maravich is Let's look at old Pete here. Pistol Pete. Maybe. It doesn't want to let me. Well, let's get out of this and look at Pistol Pete here. There he is. He's third in scoring, which is insane considering he's at 26.6 per game. He's had 2 triple-doubles and 3 double-doubles. Let's see. His high obviously is the 59, but he's also had... Oh, wait. I'm just getting this. We're going to go live to Auckland to get the final of the Auckland Open Women's Tennis Tour. So enjoy that. All right, we are joined in progress from the Grozz World of Sports Gaming to bring you a special treat. The final points, the final of the championship between Yvonne Goolagong and Conchita Martinez in the Auckland Open Championship round. So far right now, I'm trying to show you. Goolagong won the first set 7-5. Martinez won the second set 7-5. And now we are in the final set. Let me see if I can zoom out for you. There you go. Goolagong is up 5 games to 4. Oh no, it's tied 5-5 going to the next game, and we're gonna stay here until we have a champion, and then we'll go back to the studios. This is very exciting. Notable luminaries in the tournament that have fallen on the way here have been Mola Mallory, the number 1 seed of this tournament, 10th overall in the preseason rankings. Anna Kournikova, Lindsay Davenport, Venus Williams, and Jennifer Capriati. And then there was the venerable smoker, Pauline Betts, who lost in the semis. So here we are. Excuse me. We will see. This has been a war. They have been playing these two gladiators locked in combat, life or death, for 2 hours and 16 minutes. Oh, Martinez with a evil point there. Look out. Look out. Here we go. It's 5-5 in the last set. Martinez is up 40-30. Now it's tied 40-40. And we will, as said, as promised, stay here and show you this as a treat. Ooh, the soft touch. That's usually very wicked. And look at that. It gives Goolagong the advantage. Which one of these gladiators will hoist the trophy? Goolagong wins the game, up 6-5. Moving on. Can Martinez come back with a win and force the tiebreak? Or will we have a champion here? This has been very excellent. This is a hard court. There were 32 combatants. And we're nearing in on 2.5 hours on this final tournament, on this final match. Martinez is hoping to force the tiebreak here, up 40 love. Is that what that is? 40 love to 0. Sorry, I'm learning tennis as I play this. Uh-oh, the soft touch. Can Goolagong get there? She does. Oh, they're face to face. Goolagong gets a point. Breaks up the shutout. Can she bring it back, or will they go to tiebreak? This is very exciting. I mean, a 7-5, 7-5 shows how close they've already been to tiebreak twice. And then here we are again with either a 6-6 or a 7-5 coming. Goolagong's trying to hold it off. Martinez trying to force the tiebreak. 40-30. Martinez on the right, Goolagong on the left. Goolagong, hometown or home country favorite. And look at that. We have forced the tiebreak. Martinez gets it with a corner winner. And here we go. Tiebreak. First to 7. First point to Goolagong. Two hours and 23 minutes. These two warriors are drenched in sweat, just managing their bodies moving on instinct. Who will have the stronger instinct at the end? Oh, Martinez with a point. It's 1-1. Martinez takes the lead 2-1 with a beautiful corner shot. Decent rally here. 6 shots so far. They are battling. Oh, Martinez is up 3-1. 4-1. Look out. Conchita Martinez is circling her prey. Can Goolagong make a comeback? Oh, Martinez hits it long, and it's 4-2. Line. The judge calls it out. That's a... Oh, and then the double fault. 4-3. 4-3. Goolagong with a fault. Keeps that one in. Oh, hits the net. 5-3. Martinez. This is so intense. And this is just the first tournament of this 50-plus week season. Good rally here. We're up to 8 shots. They're just going back and forth, smashing it at each other. Goolagong gets the winner. It's 5-4 in tiebreak. Net. That one's in. This is very important for Goolagong, this point. Oh, net. It's 5-5 in the tiebreak. These two are so evenly matched. I have to feel that if we went 9 sets, they would. Goolagong is up 6-5. She wins this point. She wins the title. Martinez needs to win this point to push it. And it's a decent rally. It's over 6 shots. Goolagong hits the net. It's 6-6. Martinez ties it. There's a fault by Goolagong. Keeps that one in. Oh, out. Martinez is up 7-6. You have to win by 2. Faults on the net. Keeps that one in. If she wins this point, it's over. Goolagong hits it long. And we have a champion in Conchita Martinez, the Auckland Open champion. What a final. We'll take you back to the studios. All right, well, that was exciting. Our champion at the Auckland Open is Conchita Martinez, winning in 3 sets, including the third set was a 8-6 tiebreak. Excuse me, everybody. There you go. There's the stats. There were Goolagong with 12-11 on aces, and she actually won on double faults 4-8 as well. Martinez, incredible comeback after losing the first set. So that is our first tournament. Here's the bracket. Conchita Martinez wins the tournament. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Now let's go see Conchita Martinez won $81,567 for that. And she is the champ. And there's your first group of winners. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Stats. Let's go rankings. Let's see who moved up. Conchita Martinez should have moved way up. She is number 44 now. She was originally ranked 47. She moved up to 44. She's 5-0. She beat Wendy Turnbull, Andrea Temesvari, Dorothy Round, Pauline Betts, and Yvonne Goolagong on her way to the championship. Now, the exciting part is let's see who populates the Brisbane International in Brisbane, Australia. Here we go. We're autofilling. This is a 48-person tournament. There will be 16 seeds. The Grozz Ultimate WTA season tour will always autofill. Here we go. Okay, there we go. We have Monica Seles, Venus Williams playing again, Lindsay Davenport playing again. There's Dorothy Round. She will play again. So there we go. This should be fun. There's Simone Matthews. She was in the last tournament. There's Madison Keys, current star. But there you go. There it is. It has been filled. Make the draw. And there's our... That's the 32 bracket, but we have the round of 64, but there will be buys, so... All right. That's going to be the next tournament. And let me see. Up next, we have a golf update. So look forward to that. All right, here we are with baseball, and we're going to, as another special treat for the fans, we are going to sim the last week of 1899 to see if Nap Lajoie can win the Triple Crown. It's not looking good. He's in a war with Ed Delahanty. There's 5 Delahantys, so it's hard to keep them straight. Ed Delahanty is in a war, teammates with Nap for batting average, 398 to 397. Home runs in 1 week. I don't know if Lajoie can hit 4 in this season, but we'll see. And he's got RBIs locked up. Also, kind of a crazy stat, John McGraw's got 110 steals. So that's insane. But we're going to sim the last week to see if Lajoie can take the Triple Crown. We'll do one day at a time, and the stats are over here. We'll watch that. By the way, the Cleveland Spiders are 33 and 108. I think this was the year they went, what, something in 134 or something like that? I can't remember what their original record was. I guess we'll look at the end. But, okay. There's only one game on this day, but we'll play it real quick. Chicago beats Cincinnati. All right. Monday the 25th of September. There's 5 games. Let's see. Baltimore beats Philadelphia. Washington scored 4 runs. So Lajoie and Delahanty are now tied at 397. Freeman still leads Lajoie by 4 in home runs. So So to the 26th, Tuesday. All right. Now with a few games left, Delahanty and LaJoie are tied 399 each. He's still 4 behind in home runs. I'm guessing that's gonna be the thing that stops him, Buck Freeman. But hey, who knows? Stranger things have happened. Playing on the 27th. Okay. LaJoie now has batting average 398 to 397 over Delahanty. For the record, Wee Willie Keeler is at 389, so that's impressive. Whoa! I just noticed down here on the leaders over here, Jimmy Williams has 33 triples. Knapp is right there with 23 triples. So this is we're going to have Knapp LaJoie. I don't know how this is going to play out, but we have 3 more days in September. I'm not sure if they have any games in October. I guess we'll see. Here we go on the 28th. Okay, after the 28th, LaJoie is up 398 to 397, and Willie Keeler's there at 391. Knapp is still 4 home runs behind. He definitely has the RBI record. Look at Ed Delahanty here with 62 doubles. Honus Wagner with 52. This is going to be a fun leaderboard to look at when this is done. To the 29th. Philadelphia scored 7 runs in a loss. All right, let's look. Knapp LaJoie now leads Ed Delahanty 398 to 395. However, Buck Freeman hit his 20th home run, so I don't think Knapp can catch him on that. That's too bad. I think the Triple Crown hopes are over, but he can still hit 400, I think. Let's go, September 30th. Okay, through September 30th, Knapp is at 396. So I think the 400 hopes are also over. Will there be games in October? There are games in October. Okay. How many? How deep into October do we play here? Well, I guess we'll see. Playing October 1st. That's a St. Louis game. All right. The 2nd. We have no Philadelphia on here. Playing. Okay. October 3rd. Philadelphia, it will play. Let's see how that goes for Napoleon LaJoie. Uh-oh. Or LaJoie. He's up to 399 with a 10% lead. And he's got 185 RBIs. Oof. He's falling. He's not going to make the home runs, though. Apparently this goes deeper than I thought. I apologize for everybody, but hey, we'll just keep going till the end of the season. See what happens. All right, after October 4th, Knapp is at 401. So that is now what we are looking at. He's at 401. I'm just going to look ahead here and see how many more games there are. Wow, how many games do we play through October? No games scheduled. Go back to the 15th. So we go to the 15th. So where were we here? 6th? 5th? We're on the 5th. Okay. Well, then let's just go to the 13th. We'll sim through the 13th, and then we will look and see where he stands with a couple of games left. The Spiders are 34 and 111. Baltimore, the early precursors of the Yankees, are 103 and 45 through the game we're at, but we'll see where they finish. This is a lot of fun. A 400 chase is always fun. Got some other things going too. This will be a fun leaderboard to look at the end. Okay, so through the 13th of October, Knapp is hitting 400. He's still 4 home runs behind. He has 192 RBIs. Ed Delahanty has 64 doubles. Goodness me. Okay, the 14th. Philadelphia scored 8 runs, and Knapp went 1 for 5 with a home run. So he's hitting 398, but he got 17, and he's got 194 RBIs. What a season. Jimmy Williams has 36 triples. I think in all of baseball, that's the record, isn't it? So here we go with the final game. It's Cincinnati and Cleveland. And Cincinnati wins. So that's the season. It is over, I believe. Yes. Okay, so let's go back here. It should be done. Upcoming games, there are none. Let's look at the leaderboard. In the batting, that's going to be impossible for everybody to see, isn't it? Well, Knapp finished. Let's go back to the main page here. Knapp finished at 398. Here, I'll see here. Knapp finished at 398. There's your home runs. RBIs, Knapp with 194. Stolen bases, John McGraw with 118. It's insane. Okay. Sorry, my finger's in the way. I'm holding the phone kind of weird. Let's go to the leaders. And let's see. Triples. 36 by Jimmy Williams. Delahanty with 65 doubles. Wow, look at the runs scored. 184, 182. Good Lord. Knapp LaJoie hits almost 400 and doesn't make the top in runs scored. Man. Walks, John McGraw with 160. Let's see, runs batted in over here. We have 194. Hits, Wee Willie Keeler with 276. Almost 400 total bases for Delahanty. Stolen bases, 2 guys chased 100. Let's see, what else do we have here? On base percentage, John McGraw with 510 and Knapp LaJoie with a 622 slugging. All right, let's look at pitching just for the heck of it. Games, that's whatever. Innings pitched, Meekin with 484. Complete games, 39. Wins, Iron Joe McGinnity with 24. Losses, Meekin with 29. Oof. All right, where's ERA? ERA is not on this board. But over here, it's Noodles Hahn with 2.42. Now, the MVP. The pitcher MVP is Joe McGinnity. Big Iron Joe. 24-6. And the MVP is Knapp LaJoie, who just beat out John McGraw. And I mean just. Look at these. Look at that rating. He just beat out John McGraw and Ed Delahanty. So, Knapp LaJoie, let's enjoy LaJoie's season for a second. 251 hits. Oh, he missed 10 games. I wonder if he could have hit 3 home runs in those 10 games and won the Triple Crown. 40 doubles, 25 triples, 17 home runs, 392 total bases, 129 runs scored, 194 runs batted in. And he stole 21 bases. He hit 398 with a 442 on base and a 622 slugging. Wow. What a season by Knapp LaJoie. I mean, John McGraw wasn't a slouch either. At all. Ed Delahanty with 90 extra base hits. This season is just incredible. So there you go. That's your baseball update. Knapp LaJoie falls short of the Triple Crown and 400. Oh, right. We should probably talk about the standings, shouldn't we? The Orioles with the championship at 104-50. There are no playoffs. Brooklyn at 93-61, 11 games behind. That's incredible. Imagine winning 93 games and finishing 11 games back. And the Cleveland Spiders, 36 and 118. Let's see, what were they in real life? No, it might be on here. I'm trying to find a way here. I don't really know. Notes, no. Bio, no. Info, no. Team history, I already did that. Team, no. This is just this. Well, I think they were. I think they lost like 134 games in real life. Let's just let's use Baseball Reference and see, shall we? $18.99. They were 20 and 134, so they did much better in my season. And the Orioles did much better as well. And I'm just curious. Let's see what Naplojoy did in this season. Wow. Ed Delahanty actually hit 400 in this season. Naplojoy did not. All right. So that's the baseball update. Let's see here. I will see you next week on the Grozz World of Sports Gaming. Hit them where they ain't, everybody.